Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Code Shikshak. Let me give a brief introduction about this channel and what's our purpose in here. So here we would be working on data analysis with respect to R exclusively. So we'll pick a couple of data sets and try to do analysis on it, and we'll also practice on machine learning. So each week we'll pick on a data set and try to do a minimalistic analysis and try to answer the questions that we would want to know from a particular data set. So without further ado, let's get back to the course. So today we'll be working on a data set which is called as the Office data set. So if you guys are aware, there is a show called the Office show, which is next famous to Friends show. So it's a very good show and it is filled with comedy. So we will be getting this data set from GitHub. So let me tell you where exactly to get the data set from. So github.com are for data science, tidy Tuesday. So this is a site in GitHub wherein on a weekly basis it is called as Tidy Tuesday. It is exclusive for the R community, wherein you can do data analysis and visualization using different packages such as ggplot, dplyr. So most of the data analysis that we do would be associated with dplyr and tidyverse function itself, because those are the packages which helps in data visualization and data wrangling perhaps. So here you can see there are different data sets which are posted on a weekly basis. There are pretty interesting data sets perhaps in here. So we have the Australian Fires data set, and we have even the song genres with respect to the Spotify. So it's going to be pretty exciting to work on these data sets. So here today we'll be picking upon this, the Office data set. So yeah, this is the Office data set page, and we have something called a Shroot package. So we have two data sets. One would be the Office ratings, which is a CSV file. The code for that would be given in over here itself. That's the best thing about GitHub. So we have the path which is given over here for the Office ratings, and also we have another data set which consists of different variables perhaps, so for which we have here Shroot data. So this Shroot data data set would be picked from the R package. So we'll have to load the Shroot package so that we can have an access to this data set. So likewise, so you can see the Office rating dataset, which is actually a CSV file which we will be uploading in some time. So we have around 6 variables over here. We have season, episode, title, IMDb rating, total votes, and air date. And in the Shroot data, we have index in the season again. We have the episode and the episode title. Okay. We also have the director, writer, and the character. We can do an analysis on this as well. And we have text, which is basically the dialogue spoken by each character, I believe. So that should be interesting. So now we have to get this data. And how do we do that? We'll have to copy this. That's right. So we'll have to copy and paste it over here. So before that, let me give a title. The Office show data analysis. Correct. Okay. So here in R, we have editor window, which is the current window that we are working on, and we also have a console window which is below. I'm just, what happened to that? Yeah, that's right. Here is the console window, and any plots or graphs that whatever we come up with would be present over here, this part of the window. Okay, so all right then, I think we can load this. To run a statement in R would be, we'll have to select the line like we have selected over here, and we'll have to go for Control Shift Enter, or rather you can go for this, which would be run the current line. Anything would work, you can choose as per your comfort. Okay, now the data set is run. You can see the console window wherein we are getting it just works like a log. You can see how the statement is being executed. So it seems that we have executed successfully, and we can see the office ratings data set which is created, which has around like 188 observations and 6 variables. So let's go here. We can see the view of the data set. So we have season, episode, title, IMDb rating, total votes, and air date. That's nice. All right. Okay. There are some episodes which has part 1 and part 2 as well. Okay. There are brackets. I'm just looking at this because in case if we have to tidy the variable, we'll have to make sure that we are considering every possible aspects. Okay. Alright then. So let me go to the code. Now what do we do? So yeah, basically for any data analysis, we have to load a package. So here we would be mostly interested with cleaning the data and summarizing it, so and also plotting the graphs. So in that case we'll have to be using the most famous one and the most frequently used package would be tidyverse. So tidyverse is the package that we would be using here, and also remember we'll have to load another package called as shrewd, which actually consists of the data set that we would want. Okay, all right, so that is pretty much. So we'll have to run this. Control Shift Enter. All right, now you can see in the console window that the package is being loaded successfully, like the library tidyverse is being loaded, and we have the package which is attached to it would be ggplot2. We have per table and tidyr function. So most of the packages that we would be needing for our data analysis purpose would be attached with the tidyverse package itself. So that's pretty nice. And another one thing, by chance if you guys are not able to load the package into the tool and you're getting some error perhaps, so it would mean you should actually install the package. So to install the package there is two ways. One would be we'll have to go for install dot packages function and put in the whichever package that you're looking for over here. Here it would be tidyverse. Mostly it would be quoted tidyverse. All right, this is one way, and another way would be you can go over here in the third window where the plot would be shown up, which I talked about. You can go to packages, install, right. So here you'll get a window. So here you can type tidyverse, right? You can select this and do install. So that should help as well. So for now we will not be concentrating into this much. And moving on. So yeah, so we are done with this, and yeah, we should do some data analysis on this. So let's see what would we actually want. So here we have IMDb ratings, right? And also we have the seasons. Maybe yeah. So we can actually try to answer a question, as in which season had the most IMDb rating, or rather, what is the average rating for each episode? So that is something which would be interesting to work on. Okay, which will be which season? Okay, so let's work on this. Let's get started. Alright then. Now we have a data set called as office ratings. So let's use the pipe function over here, which would be mostly used in our data analysis because it's very easy to use, or rather include in a function. So in order to go for this, you can just type in Control Shift M. So you'll get this pipe function. So we have to see season wise IMDb rating, which would be we'll have to group it. So let's go for group by function, correct? And now based on season. And again Control Shift M, let's pipe it. And we have to summarize it now. That's right. And let's create a new variable which would be average ratings, right? And this would be with the help of mean function on our IMDb rating. The best thing about R is when you're trying to pull out a variable, right, we would be getting the automatic variable which would be suggesting us, just like we got IMDb rating or any other variable that we were trying to pull it out, if you have noticed. So here GG, yeah, we'll have to plot it. So basically we'll do GG plot. And right, let's do season versus the average. Sorry, that's actually average. Yeah, see, we are getting the suggestion over here. Geom line. Right. So let's run this. There it is. So we've got the graph, which is the average ratings and the season. So it seems like we have got highest rating somewhere between 2.5 and 5, which would be like, I think this is fourth season, the ratings were pretty high, and eventually it was dropped. And why? And again it's been increased and decreased. So here, if you have noticed, the x-axis, right, on the season axis, we really can't see which episode are we actually inferring to. So in order to do that, we'll have to go for the scale x continuous function, which would be scale x continuous. So we got to be breaking that, breaks. Okay, so now I don't know exactly how many seasons are there. So in order to find that, we can go for the office ratings and find out the distinct season. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, there are 9 distinct seasons. That's nice. So let's go for here 1 to 9. So I shall run this. Yeah, now we can see clearly that we have 1 to 9 seasons, and the fourth season was the highest rated, and there was a dip after sixth. Probably they were not doing good, but I do remember that Michael left the show after 6 seasons, so that is why the rating didn't go as much as it did for the second, third, and the fourth season. Seems like this was the time when the show was doing very good, and it decreased drastically. So this is what the insight that we have got from our analysis. So we have actually answered the question which season had the most IMDb rating, right? So that's it for today. So we are yet to do a lot of analysis on this data set itself with respect to the character and the dialogues that we have spoken. So I've just kept this video short for today. So let's continue on the next sessions of in our next video. So that is pretty much for today. Thank you.